Supergirl Season 4, Episode 15, titled Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Now, this one is a big one because this is the introduction to Lex Luthor, the big bad Superman villain. And they nailed it. Immediately nailed it. I mean, the first, I'll say 4 minutes, you're introduced to Lex in his prime before he got arrested. And you're like, they nailed it, really. I mean, the whole thing about Lex, in the comics is, yes, he's smart and he's a business tycoon, and yes, but he's ego. I mean, basically, the only reason, Lex, you are acting the way that you are is simply the alien took my spotlight, and that's it. And you're like, really? You gotta, how egotistic that you are. And then when the episode story starts with Lex, you kind of, as an audience member, how to explain it, like, you believe Lex has changed, and then the eagerness comes back. You're like, nope, he has not changed. Lex is still Lex, because he is in this sick, he is ill, and he's working with Lena to make the cure that that she's been working on. And because Jimmy in the last episode got shot, Lena really wants to make this work so she can use her on Jimmy, so things can move on. And here's the thing, those two stories are really good, the Lex and Lena stuff and the Jimmy story, like, that's great. The stuff I just felt really unnecessary was all the Manchester Black stuff. I mean, really, like, I'm like, and like, I would say this, thank goodness they ended it, like, they just ended that story. I was like, oh, cool. Obviously, they'll do True Justice. What's so funny about True Justice in America Way and all that kind of stuff, and delete and all that, and they probably will do that. And I thought, okay, cool, fine, great. But it's just the execution to the part I just don't care. I mean, yeah, the fight scene was kind of cool, but there wasn't really much of a substance. So it's kind of like the Supergirl element of the title character when she's on screen is kind of the least interesting part, because you have all of this great stuff with Lex and Lena, and it's just fantastic. And of course we meet Jimmy's sister, who's is the loving sister that you want. And of course when you hear Lena has the cure, it's like Luthor, remember, it's that whole thing. But then the last 5 minutes became became a giant Superman 78 Easter egg hunt, because you got, spoiler, Otis is back, you got Miss Tessmacher being evil, so you got the 78 team with Lex. Lex is screaming her name, and like Jane happened back in the US Superman film. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm smiling here. And next thing, Mercy will come back, but it's one of those. It's a really good episode. Outside the Manchester stuff, I was smiling. I was like, holy crap, they nailed Lex and all that kind of stuff. And clearly they are setting him to be the rest of the season's big bad. They were kind of it's kind of like season 2, where like Teddy Asher's character was kind of like the big bad. And we didn't know she was a big bad until like episode 15. So clearly Lex is the big bad for the season, and it's like, holy crap.